So here's the deal. I was dropping off my kids for the bus, and they get on the bus, as they always do. And then there's this other little girl who got dropped off and got on the bus too. I don't think I've seen her before. And it was a reminder of when my kids were that size. Some of you who have kids, probably see that same thing happening as you see other young children. Think back to, man, like I remember those days. But here's where it comes into play for our mindset. Time goes by so fast. And what I want us to think today is how can we be intentional with our time? So one is, what's our big goal for today? What's something we need to accomplish? So use that to drive your actions, to make progress where you need to. And second, I want us to remember to have a mindset and an attitude of gratitude. Remember that even though life is busy and we're looking ahead towards these big goals, remember to pause and enjoy where we're at now. Remember to be grateful for the moments we have. None of us are promised tomorrow or next week or next year. Sometimes we put all this emphasis on the future and say, well, I'll get to relax more when, and you fill in the blank, when I get this big promotion, when I retire, when I buy the house I want, whatever it is, I'll relax then, I'll enjoy life then, I'll spend time with my family then. That day may never come. One, it may come, maybe that you don't reach that goal, or you don't reach it when you thought you would. That could be a hiccup. Or the other thing that often happens is when you reach that goal, you've got a new one. I know that's a big thing for me. I think, let's hit this. And then there's another thing. Or maybe if you're like me and you're doing investing, then it's like, not only am I looking for my next investment, but now I'm also juggling this current property where we do buy and hold. And so now we've got this other rental that we're managing. And that comes with its own level of stress and headache as you're managing tenants, or maybe just managing the property manager. This is what we do. We have a different property manager for the properties. But it's not just a do it once and it's done forever. Okay? We have to keep putting in time and effort to the business. So be intentional, and then pause and be grateful and enjoy the moment. Enjoy the time that we have and the people that we're around. Sometimes just enjoy your environment, the nature that you're around, or maybe the city that you're in. There's tons of blessings around us when we just stop and appreciate them. If you're hearing this, then you have some kind of digital access, right? That alone can be a special gift. Not something we take for granted, like so many other things. We take life and our health and our food and water and our clothes, transportation, our phones, all these things for granted so often. But we shouldn't. We should remember them as these special gifts, as these things to appreciate, and hopefully to get to share that appreciation with others, and maybe to help them get out of some of the same challenges that we have faced in the past. And that's why that's a big part of my vision. where I've worked in the pharmacy for several years and have owned it, that I really resonate with a lot of healthcare workers and with small business owners. And why, yes, I'm working on time freedom and financial freedom for myself, I want to bring others along too. And I think part of the beauty of it is we get to help both sides. We get to help those who maybe have a stronger income but are having these stressful positions. How can they get more financial relief, get more time freedom? And also for those who are just starting out, somebody who thought they were just showing up for a job, now they have an opportunity maybe for home ownership and to start to build their wealth and their legacy for their family. We have a special opportunity and a special responsibility to help each other out. So I hope you'll find that way to share and appreciate those things around you and to act with focus and intention. So thank you for your time and watching today. I'm Big John. Now let's go and let's grow.